What's going on, guys? It's Sins here, and this is the first episode of the condensed version of the Magical Barbarian run that I'm streaming over at Twitch at Purple Sins. Of course, there's going to be a link to it in the bio, and make sure you like and subscribe if you like the content. I understand that I'm very monotone, and that I'm not saying I'm new to editing and making videos, but like it's definitely been a hobby that I have not done actively in like I'll say 7 years, right? I'll say a good 7 years. I haven't really done it. So, any suggestions I'll take, right? So, getting into it, uh, the basis of this run was just, hey, I had an idea that it would be real funny if I made, an intelligence strength barbarian. So, pretty much just a barbarian that was like, okay, well, I'm stupid smart and I use magic a lot and I'm going to run around. That's what I'm going to do. Um, of course, it's not. That's kind of what the run turned into, but not 100% exact, right? So in this first stream that I did, the goals were very simple. It was just join the Mages Guild, make the Resist Magicka spell, get the Boots of Blinding Speed, and just advance in the Mages Guild, right? Like that was the four goals of that stream, and I achieved it. And so this is just going to be the condensed version of me talking about it. Of course, what I'm talking about isn't going to match what's on screen. It's kind of just like it's one of those things to where it's like, yeah, you see it happening. I don't, I don't think I have to explain it. Therefore, I'm not going to explain it. Um, but so yeah, pretty much I went with a Nord. Because I'm stupid, right? When I thought of Barbarian, I thought of Nords, but I didn't build the Barbarian around me being a Nord. I built the Barbarian around what I wanted, right? So what I mean by that is that the Nord is really good at axe, blunt, and medium armor. I did axe and blunt, but I did not take medium armor. I took a light armor because I'm stupid, and that's something I would regret like later on. When you see this character build, I regret all of it pretty much. Um, so you can pause right here and just I don't know, look at it. It's shitty, right? It wasn't the greatest, but you know, yeah. At the time, I thought it was good. At the time, I thought it was good. Um, but so pretty much, it was around the time when I was making the character that I decided to go with more of the enchanting route instead of just using intelligence. Especially after I saw the 40 mana I had, I said, yeah, fuck no. Um, we're just gonna be enchanted to hell, right? And I picked enchanting as a major skill just to get like a higher level in it because I didn't understand how it worked, and that it doesn't matter how high your enchantment is, get fucked. It's pretty much the motto for it. And then here I buy the Resist Magicka, and then I'm doing the first quest when you get to like the first settlement. So pretty much the quest is you find a dead tax collector, give 200 gold to this guy, fucking run back, kill a guy, you get 500 gold, boom, you're done, right? So that's the whole quest. Real simple. It's a real good, easy starting quest because you get 500 gold plus the 200 you get when you get to Balmora. So you start off the game with 800 gold. Plenty of gold to do what we need to do. Um, and pretty much what we need to do is just get the boots of blinding speed. It's not complicated.
And then like at all.
So
And it starts out at like level.
after we do all that, we just make a pit stop here at the Mages Guild and we join and we start doing quests. Now, the reason I joined the Mages Guild, right? So why I want to touch on that is because I was conflicted at how I was going to do it, right? So I knew I had to join to make the spell and to level up like my enchanting and shit like that by using trainers. Did not utilize that second one at all. Barely utilized me making spells. So the whole reason of me joining the Mages Guild was basically to buy spells. And in the early game, that worked out really well, right? Like that was the move. But then towards, and you'll see it in the later condensed down episodes, 100% kind of worthless, right? Like because at that point you have better spells you can buy from better merchants. So the Mages Guild, while it was useful for early game, it really fell off, which was unfortunate. And it's not the only spell I've made, but like I very rarely made spells. And even then, now you're gonna see me go and get the boots. Although I did take the really long way because I fucking did not make a correct turn, right? And that's one thing y'all see is that my navigation early on was abysmal. Now it's pretty good, right? Like I can get to where I need to go most of the time. But yeah, so with the boots, right? The reason why that was top priority is just because movement and speed, right? Like in Morrowind, you're fucking slow. Right? That's what turns off a lot of people. And yeah, you can sprint everywhere, but when you do that, you reduce your fatigue. And with zero fatigue, you're basically not hitting anything. So what's the point? So that's why I decided, okay, well, I'm gonna get the boots of blinding speed, which worked in my case, and I kind of used that to justify me picking light armor as well, so that way I could have him the whole playthrough, and you'll see why I had him the whole playthrough. Um, just because it was too damn convenient, right? Like I'm gonna say, it was too damn convenient to be able to move that fast for me to give up the boots for like a higher armor, you know. And of course, you got like the cliff racers always hitting me. And I get used to that because it's gonna happen a lot. And it was kind of funny because I wasn't trying to get the Dark Brotherhood armor like at all. But when I was resting to prepare my fight for her, I got ambushed, as you'll see here in a bit. So yeah, you can just pretty much watch the fight and enjoy it. I mean, there's nothing special about it. It's just like a fight. The Argonians to you know, to curb stomp it. Yes, you sir is going to be used in such a way. Oh, what? Go. Shoot. Be gone. Get out of here. Be gone. Yeah, I know. That fight was very, climactic, right? So this is the actual fight with her. Of course, she was way more tankier than the actual Dark Brotherhood Knight, which I found very bizarre. However, she couldn't hit for shit because, again, boots of blinding speed, 100% blindness. That's the debuff. That's why we had to make the 100% resist magicka spell, so that way when we put them on, we're not blind as shit. However, you can just do her quest. She has a quest where it's a escort mission, so you can just escort her to where she wants to go. But fuck that. I mean, there's no real need to do it. You can just kill her on the spot. It's not like she's gonna hit you anyway. And she's also like lore-wise a terrible human being because again, there's a reason she had these boots, and it's because she would sell shady stuff to people. Of course, I found that out later on by just randomly talking to people and just asking about it because the dialogue option was there. And there you can see where I fucked up and I used the wrong like resist magicka spell. I didn't use the one named for boots. I just used normal resist magicka, and you can see where the screen would darken. So you can imagine with 100% blindness, you're not seeing shit. So. But hey, it was cool. Finally had some speed going for me. That way it didn't feel, like such a friggin' chore to like move around. That's the biggest thing I hated about Morrowind. It's just it's just like the sluggish movement. It's just not fun, right? But yeah, so pretty much did all that, got the boots, I was satisfied, and leveled up for the first time. I put in strength, intelligence, and speed. I will say, leveling intelligence, I think I did it a couple times early game, which again made no fucking sense, right? Because why was I leveling my intelligence if I was never going to use mana to begin with? And even if I would use mana, it would be for like certain spells, right? That I didn't have enchanted on an armor set yet, you know? So again, made a mistake for doing that. Later on, I would focus on agility and just strength, agility, and speed. Because again, I'm still going to level up speed because on top of the 200 you get from the boots, it's you're gonna go faster, right? So that was the logic behind it. So that's why I did it. And here, I'm just looking at the faction stuff, kind of just to see where I was. Now I don't have, I must have deleted the footage when I was condensing everything down, but the main quest I wanted from this was the one where you go into the corner club and you talk to the Argonian and you tell them to stop healing people because the Mages Guild, they're a bunch of cucks and don't like that. So you get tasked with having to go and tell him to shut down his business. Of course, me being a man for the people, I'm not going to have him shut down his business. And also, he has a spell that I needed. He has a fortified speed spell that you can get, which I was going to use to enchant other equipment. Because once you buy a fortified speed, you're basically buying a fortified attribute. However, I could have got that way early on from a different faction. I'm just an idiot and decided to do Mage's Guild. So just for that quest, that's really the only quest I gave a shit about. The other ones were just to help me gain rank, so I can actually do the main storyline because that's how this game works. So yeah, sucks I didn't have the footage for that, but that's the whole reason why I was doing it. And then, of course, as you can see, made a pit stop to Creeper, sell off some shit because I got jumped again. So Creeper's also pretty good. If you don't know what Creeper is, pretty much he's the only. Okay, almost lied. He is the second merchant in the game that I know of that buys everything at base value, right? So there's no deposition that you have to fucking do, right? You do buy everything at base value, which is pretty good. And he has 5,000 gold, which resets every 24 hours. Um. So yeah, pretty much he won't be the backbone of like some of the later stuff. It would be the Mudcrab Merchant because he has 10k gold, and there's also a little thing that I like doing because, as you can tell, I'm leveling strength, and there's a very certain beverage that helps you with strength that I abuse for some harder fights because I'm a bitch. And so, of course, this is the quest. I hated this quest for the Mages Guild because this is one where you gotta go fucking gotta go to two dungeons. That's like pretty far up north in the map, and they were a bitch and a half to find it. Um, so pretty much that's what this quest was. And oh man, I'm sorry. It's just fuck. I hated this quest. Like I hated this quest so much because it's my. Just keep in mind, this stream was like 2 hours long, and I could shit you not, probably in like 40 to 50 minutes of it was finding this one fucking dungeon, right? And I'm an idiot because I thought I only needed to come here to talk to this bitch. No, there was a whole second part to it, and I legit just ended the fucking stream after that because I was so mad. And there you saw where I failed like Hearth Hill like fucking 3 times. It's crazy. I had like an 80% chance to go off. So yeah, in this quest, she owes a guild debt. Um, so you're like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Got to go and collect it. You can persuade her to give you the money, or you can just kill her, um, which will then, you know, piss other people off. That's not important. So yeah. And then the other dude, right? You got to go up a little bit more, and you find him, and then fucking, you got to bring him back to the Mages Guild. Of course, you just bribe his ass, and then he comes back. So it's not hard. Uh, yeah, as you can see, there, I got fucking nuked. Like absolutely, just got nuked, and I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, I fucking hated this bitch so much. I also hated this fucking fight so much. I also hated the early game so much, especially with the fucking Mages Guild. So again, it was dumb of me to pick the Mages Guild. It's just my little fucking two-piece. Definitely would have done a lot of things differently in the early game. Like, for example, I wouldn't have taken Enchant, Destruction, Restoration as major skills. I 100% would have just did like sneak or security. Although security would also be one of those skills that become obsolete later on. So there would be no point in me doing it. Um, so definitely I was only using certain like a certain skill set, right? Like from the like later on as I realized as I got further on I said, okay, I'm only using like fucking 5 skills. But there's so many you can get in Morrowind. So it's like, well, damn it. So I was like, okay, well fuck, I gotta pick something. Although if you're not gonna level it, you're not gonna level it. I didn't have that mentality. I was picking skills that I was like, I'm gonna use this, I'm gonna use that, I'm gonna do this. So it was pretty dumb, right? I would have made light armor a major skill, so that way I wouldn't have like a fucking 15 going into it. I would have at least like a fucking 25 or 30, right? Um, so yeah, real early game, like light armor, I did not realize how fast that shit leveled up. Like it was on par with my blunt later on in the game, uh, which is goaded because now I actually get my benefits from it, which is pretty good. But here I'm just fighting people in the caves. And then you're even gonna see to where when I do go back to the Mages Guild, yeah, that's when I realized, oh fuck, there's a whole second part of this quest that I just did not do because I'm an idiot and got mad into the stream. But yeah, that's pretty much just in a nutshell what this first stream was about. And that's the whole point of this series is that it's going to be in a nutshell, right, of that stream and like what happened. Of course, I have the VODs, right, of the actual like streams if you for some reason want to go watch them. Because again, I used to stream a lot on YouTube, so that's really what most of my videos come from. But I also understand people's not gonna fucking sit there for like an hour to 3 hours watching a dude with a monotone voice play a game he's shit at. So I figured I would just come up with this and condense it down and and actually like edit on it. Of course, with editing, as I said, I haven't actively done it in like 7 years, so this one's probably going to be shitty. Of course, I'll get better again as I do it more, right? Um, but yeah, I highly recommend just going over to my Twitch and subscribing. Not subscribing. You don't subscribe on Twitch. You follow on Twitch. It's the same shit, right? Just go over there and follow me so you can actually watch these streams in real time. Of course, I'm open to any criticism and feedback on how I can improve my editing. I also plan on kind of just making like I don't. I plan on also making some shorts and stuff like from the clips I have during my streams. Of course, I don't clip a whole lot. I really only do like the mainly the funny shit, right? That's mainly what I do. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I have the video files for the first 4 or 5 runs that I'm going to condense down. So I got to get the other ones. Um, so yeah, pretty much. If you like it, just like and subscribe, right? Just yeah, I'm just giving fluff at this point because like it's still like 17 minutes left, right? There's like a minute left that I gotta talk. So sorry. Um, next time I'm not gonna give as much fluff. I'm probably gonna like spread the audio out a bit more instead of just being me talking for like 10 minutes straight. So because that doesn't sound very fun and yeah, it doesn't sound very fun. But yeah. Like and subscribe. I don't know. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions. I also plan on starting to stream other type of games and making other kind of gaming videos. Just because, why not? Right? Like it's something I enjoy doing. You know, I used to do it a lot back in back in the day. When I had all the free time in the world, I didn't have to pay taxes. Yeah. So just stick around. I'm planning on actually growing the channel, and I'm gonna cave in and make brain rot on YouTube Shorts. uh, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Probably not. If you didn't, completely understand. It was pretty shitty. And here you can see where I fucking realized it was a dual quest and hated my life. Anyway, you guys have a good one.